Asia's largest news headquarters. Setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. 7 p.m. We're coming to you with just two big stories on the show this evening. Big news. And first up, here are the headlines. Let's get you started.
अंत नहीं है, एक मकाम है, हर व्यक्ति को चुन चुन कर जवाब भी मिलेगा, जवाब भी लिया जाएगा.
We will find you, we will hunt you down. The message from India's Home Minister to every Pakistani terrorist. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh speaks to the US Defense Secretary, who believes that India has every right to strike. A partial coup in Pakistan as the Pakistan ISI chief takes over as the NSA, the Pakistani Army, ISI, NSA effectively ruling the country. Shahbaz Sharif sidelined. Pakistan disowns its own citizens. Can you believe it? At Atari border, Pakistanis told by their own government, you are not welcome back. Airspace has been shut to Pakistani airlines. Shipping routes will be blocked next. And that's the big breaking news update on the show. We have exact details of how India has struck back as Pakistan's violates ceasefire. Major damages suffered by Pakistan. Details on the show this evening. Breaking news coming in on Republic TV. Defense sources telling Republic TV that Pakistan has suffered massive damage. Pakistan has suffered massive damage. We have details of the Indian retaliation. Several Pakistani posts have been damaged in the retaliation in the last few days. This is India retaliating, showing a strong objection to the ceasefire violation along the international border. A rare escalation at the international border. Pakistan opened fire first in the Kashmir sector and then in Jammu. We're getting in breaking news now of Pakistan Rangers deserting posts as well. Deserting their posts. They've deserted their posts. Areas affected: Neelam and Lipa Valley. Neelam and Lipa Valley, where most of the Indian retaliation has been focused on this evening. Pakistan has in the last few days used small arms in the ceasefire violation. Heavy mortar shelling from the Indian side. Now this is along the international border. Retaliatory fire to the ceasefire that has been violated, by the way, in both Kashmir along the line of control and the international border. And as I toss to my colleague Shavan, who's joining in with defense experts, the big headline this evening on Republic as we get to details of India's retaliation. Shavan, before I hand it to you, I also have details of India's naval firing drills, and I want to show you what's going on off the coast of Porbandar in Gujarat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an eye-to-eye situation between India and the Pakistani navies. Look at that. I mean, they are no match for our navy, but they've been trying to make some noise, these Pakistanis. As far as their navy is concerned, no match at all. No match. India and Pakistan Navy firing drills at the same location, separated by just 85 nautical miles. This is happening as we speak. Shavan, I'm handing it over to you. You have the full details of India's retaliation. I'm handing it over to you. Shavan. Well, in fact, let me begin with that breaking news now coming in on This Is Exclusive, where we are saying what's the kind of reaction coming in. Over the last few days, ladies and gentlemen, there have been multiple ceasefire violations that have taken place, but Pakistan has suffered major damage. Major Samatur, I want to ask you this question because you have a better understanding. I was told that Neelam as well as Lipa Valley, where the maximum damage has taken place. Can you elaborate on this?
See, these are the valleys which give open ground and nalas for a decent entry for large amount of infantry if they want to come in. That is from the enemy side. Secondly, they have large storage of ammunition there, ammunition depots.
Right.
And these are, and the sachets that they have, the small houses, these are the routes basically from where the terrorists have their launch pads. This is the place where they harbor, regroup, reorganize, they get the ammunitions from here and then they move into India. Because see...
So how has the ceasefire violation taken place in Lipa Valley and...
Whenever they have to facilitate infiltration.
They want to push it. So you are saying in the last few days, there have been more infiltration attempts that have been made? Are they still trying?
But of course, because you see, summers have already arrived.
Right.
They've arrived early. Probably 20 to 25 days, almost a month early, the summers are here.
And so I've got a point to make here.
That's a very important point. We are saying that the infiltration bit still carries on after the Pahalgam.
Why I'm telling you this is happening is because they anticipate mobilization of the Indian Army. And from our own side of the border, if they are able to infiltrate these people, they will be able to interdict the mobilization. They'll be able to carry out IED attacks and all these ambushes and all. So that is a concern because whenever our army is moving in our own area, we are subject to this kind of interference by the terrorist groups. Yeah. So that is why this infiltration, what Major Samar is saying, it becomes all the more relevant because they don't have that matching strength to combat the Indian Army.
General Kochhar, yesterday we broke a story and Colonel Shailendra was there in the war room and along with Major Tur when we showed that visual, Shawan. Yeah. Major Kochhar, we had a visual of my colleague Gursimran reporting live, that was along the international border.
Yes.
There was a visual of a Pakistani post that was left vacant, it was deserted. After we broadcast that story, there was no fighting. He was happily reporting he could see the Pakistani post right from a few 100 meters. There was nobody there, no flag, deserted. It went so viral even in Pakistan that 3 or 4 hours later, someone brought a Pakistan flag and kept the flag there and they still ran away. There was nobody at that post. But now according to what Shawan is telling us, Colonel Shailendra Singh, most of these rangers are deserting their posts, especially in these areas, Neelam and Lipa Valley.
Let me tell you, when you are saying that particular flag has been put, it was by the villagers. It is
exactly.
It is out of sheer shame.
Why are they running away?
Huh?
Why are they running away?
They are very intelligent people. I'll admire them. You know why? अगर आज जिंदा रहोगे तभी तो कल लड़ पाओगे. जिंदा नहीं रहोगे तो क्या करोगे? They know it that the first target from my side, which is visible to my naked eye, you think I'm going to allow him to sit there?
Right.
And coming to the point of that ceasefire violation, ठीक है भाई, you can do it in any of the valley where things are not clear. Why are you doing it on international border? This is all combined effect of bauchlahat. They are, desperate. They are into a mental paralysis.
I have another big breaking news update, sir. All you gentlemen, just another bit of breaking news update, and I wanted to bring you this update, very significant. Something's happening in POK as well as we talk about the international border, because I have a breaking news update now coming in. And this is even the sections of Pakistani media saying that 26,000 students have been moved out of seminaries in Pakistan. Something's happening in POK, ladies and gentlemen. Seminaries, all seminaries in POK shut down for 10 days by Pakistan. Pakistan has asked all seminaries to simply shut shop for the next 10 days. There will be no seminaries open in POK. You will remember that in 2019, after the Balakot strike, Pakistan tried to create this noise that a seminary was targeted. It was not a seminary, it was a terror training camp where Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists were being trained. They were hit. Pakistan knows something is coming, and that is why, Major Kochhar, they're asking 26,000, we have been told that 26,000 students have been moved out. They call them students, we don't know who they are.
You see, these seminaries, according to intelligence reports also, many a times they have been used as launching pads, training camps also, especially in the underground part of the seminary. So what is going to happen is they are fearing that the Indian army is going to launch missile strikes, and the likely targets are going to be the seminaries. So for the protection of their own students, they are moving them out from the seminaries, because if they don't do that, it will cause huge amount of casualties. So, you know, it's one of the logical reasons I could think of, because otherwise there is no reason for them to move out these students and the children from the seminaries, because in 2019, if you remember, when the Balakot strikes also took place, a few of the seminaries were also targeted.
Yes, correct.
In fact,
Sir,
they have.
sir, you are saying na कि students. Why
That's
will? इसको बोलते हैं चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका. Why will we strike a student? Because they know this is not that student which we treat as student.
Colonel and Major Saab, you will be able to explain this better, because this is a full-fledged strategy. You have in Mirpur itself what is considered to be hospitals that have been built. Technically, they are not hospitals. Major Saab, you will be able to bear this out, because the moment you basically keep that as a hospital operating out of it, it becomes very difficult. And that is how they have basically changed tack.
Shravan, now let me tell you that, you know, since the last 8 months in POK or POJK, as you say it, you know, there have been a lot of protests. There have been a lot of plundering of resources. There have been, in a day, only 2 hours of light.
Right.
So there's been a lot of agitation that has been happening. There's been, you know, stone pelting at rangers. They've been, you know, actually waded away from the cities.
They said Kargil ka darwaza khol dena chahiye.
Exactly. So, you know, there were people marching.
That's a demand of public.
So that is how I see it is that they are stopping these students from coming to these public
very
places,
important point.
because there will be an uprising. I give you in writing that the moment
There is an uprising.
Yes,
There is an uprising.
It was all protests were already on. This is the right moment when they can go against their own military.
Quick point, Colonel Shah, in the last 8 months that I've been closely following, I've seen that there have been multiple protests, taxes that have been imposed by them, and there is a uprising that is going on in Pakistan. I remember people coming out saying, Kargil ka darwaza khol do.
Oh, yes. And why are you going 8 months? January, what has happened? It was our Republic Day and Indian flag was being flown that side.
Right.
Last 15th August, last year, why the Indian flag was hosted and not the Pakistan flag hosted on 14th?
Right.
Why the bijli which is coming there, which is being made there, goes to Punjab at the rate of some 5 rupees 70 paisa, and when it comes back for those 2 hours, it is charged at the rate of 13 rupees 75 paisa. Why will there not be a price? उनका अपना resources को
Yeah,
Colonel Shah, sorry to interrupt you, but
let Colonel Saab complete his point, because I'm going to walk up to the wall, Shravan, because I have a picture and I'll show you the picture and you can speak over the picture. Because okay, Colonel, you complete that point. I'm going to show the picture
I'm
next.
only trying to say that you are forcing that particular population to a level where now they are realizing हमारे resource हम ही को महंगे और पंजाब को सस्ते.
no access to their own resource.
Just imagine what is the development.
To go to a decent hospital, it takes 4 hours to reach Islamabad.
Right.
4 hours, 4 to 5 hours by road.
And there's no fuel.
There's no fuel. There are very less petrol pumps along the way.
Specialty hospitals are not there in
Not in POK. They're not
so
there.
if you have to go for a specialized treatment, then
You
you
need
have to go to the
permission.
bigger
I
cities.
don't know whether there's much time on, but can I ask something very outlandish? Because many would say that perhaps this is the most opportune time for the special forces to cross over to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Look at the kind of statements that each of them have made. Do you think it's a possibility?
No, you tell me one thing. Special force का मतलब क्या होता है? They are special. Let the speciality be decided by them.
But
who the hell is Pakistan to say or expect कि special forces आ रहा है? If they are expecting that yes आ रहा है,
breaking news coming
special
in.
forces भी आ रहा है.
Niranjan is
Shravan, there is a breaking news update coming in. Shravan, we've accessed a circular. The circular is from Pakistan Information and Broadcasting Ministry, given to all radio stations, asking them to stop playing Indian songs.
Oh.
Indian songs is all they had.
They don't
Indian
have
songs will now go silent on Pakistan. Thank you,
Very popular
Pakistan.
there. They're very popular in
So we're saying Pakistan, thank you very much. But I have to show you this wall. In Balakot, this is what Pakistan is fearing. And this is why they've shut down the seminaries. The picture of, it's not a seminary, it was a terror camp in 2019. This is the Balakot strike that they're fearing. Two pictures that spook Pakistan till today. This is the building that was hit before the hit itself. Before we struck in Balakot in 2019, and this is the impact after the strike. Clearly the strike, the spice missiles that India struck Jaish terror camps with, the impact was here. There are 3 impact points that are seen in this particular video on the top of the building and the entire area outside this so-called, they called it a seminary, but it was a terror camp. Pakistan is so strange, such a cowardly country. First, they admitted casualties. They admitted casualties, moved out bodies, called them students, and then said nothing happened. You will remember that. You will remember that Colonel Shailendra and Major General Kochar, they first admitted to the strikes. They said children were killed. They admitted casualties and they said, no, nobody died. There was nobody there.
I believe they said
nobody
that,
was there.
Crows were found dead or
Exactly.
something like that.
No, sir.
It's the nature of the Pakistan way of actually thinking, because it was a major success. Balakot, we sorted out around 80 terrorists.
Yes.
And the Air Force chief is on record to say that there were pictures actually taken from the fighter aircrafts themselves.
Yes.
Today, we don't have to even go in Pakistan because we have the Scalp missile of the Rafale, which has a range of 300 kilometers.
Yeah.
We can still target all these seminaries we are talking about without crossing the line of control.
नहीं, मेरे को एक बात बताओ. Just tell me very frankly. Nothing happened there as per Pakistan. Okay, as per Pakistan. Why the media was not allowed for 1 month? Why you took the international media after 3 months?
They shut off the entire area.
What I'm
We were
saying.
reporting. They closed that area.
Above all.
There were ambulances there. There are ambulances in that picture.
You see, technology has got this best advantage. You can keep it as a record.
Yes.
Why those more than 200 mobiles operating that area suddenly vanished?
Yes.
I'm not going by anything else. These are the proofs.
And
Their
there was
own.
movement of ambulances.
Their own.
also.
Yes,
Ambulances
in
movement
fact,
also.
Why there was a
in that-
lineup?
In that picture, there's also an ambulance. There is a picture where you can see an ambulance as
movement
well
of
in one of
ambulances
those
also.
pictures. There were ambulances, and it was captured even by the international media, if I'm not wrong. Associated Press and Reuters had reported there was increased movement of ambulances there. Major Tur, last word.
What I'm saying is electronic signatures, heat signatures, the pattern of movements, the vehicle patterns on the roads, it's all being monitored. I mean, come on, we have ISRO with us. Right. We have one of the best of the satellites that are there. We have international agencies like Pakistan has got American blood on their hands. I am 101% sure that we are going to get assistance from the Americans by all means, anywhere and everywhere, at beck and call. So I'm sure that we are going to get the allied forces support.
We'll get.
Yes.
We got BECA,
Yes.
COMCOSA, LIMUA. All these are agreements, strategic agreements with the United States with regard to intelligence, with regard to communication, with regard to logistics, and you can name the thing. So, we should be expecting this thing again to happen.
And sir, the trump card is with India. We are giving everybody an opportunity, whether you are standing with the terrorism or without the terrorism. If India is fighting terrorism and it will go down to any length, breadth and depth of Pakistan, where are you going to stand?
Has there been a change in the sense after the Balakot? The tactics that were employed
I wouldn't
and the
talk,
launch pads that
I would see, as far as the tactics is concerned, they probably shifted into smaller places in the forest.
And within the civilian areas.
Yes, but you see, there's nothing, you can't hide in today's modern warfare. How will you escape the thermal signatures?
They went near the villages also.
Okay. Yeah, even in the villages, I'm telling you, they are amongst the civilian population as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
One statement that came in from Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who tweeted out this evening, General Kochar, and he said, and I'm quoting what the Defence Minister said, this is also breaking news update coming in. Defence Minister has just tweeted saying that the US Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth spoke to the Raksha Mantri and expressed his deepest sympathies for the tragic loss of innocent civilians in the dastardly terror attack in Pahalgam. Secretary Hegseth said that US stands in solidarity with India, supports India's right to defend itself. Supports India's right to defend itself.
See, this is a very, very significant statement. I'll say that because, you know, we heard Trump saying earlier that it's your war and, you know, you'll actually sort it out among yourselves. But a statement like this coming at this point of time is extremely significant because we have a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement with the United States. And if you correlate that agreement and what he's saying now, you will come to know that United States is with us. Pakistan should have absolutely no doubts about it.
Yeah. And the whatever envoy, apparently Niranjan is trying desperately to reach out to the Trump administration so that they can actually intervene. This comes at a time when you have had the Secretary of State also intervening right now. So, Colonel, do you think that with the Americans making it very clear that we have the right to respond, that makes Pakistan even more nervous?
No, I'll take you one step ahead. Let us say the Americans say, no, you don't. Then you think I'll stop? I don't have a right? I don't have my human right? Terrorism for you is a terrorism and for me is nothing? I will keep sacrificing people like this? We will keep giving evidences like this? We will keep doing a joint interrogation and investigation like this? No, sir. Today India has crossed that limit. Okay. India is not in any doubt. Be rest assured, if or but, there's nothing called as. It is all clear cut. We are going. It is only choice given to you now, whether you want to stand with us in fight against terrorism. My word is very clear. Fight against terrorism. I don't think today India can be held back by any one country on the say of it. We are going to be there. Which way? Well, let Pakistan imagine.
Niranjan, if we don't have a breaking news, I'll just quickly take this one word from Major Tur. What's happening with the Israelis? Is there something that's brewing?
I wouldn't say much in anything on that. See, they've got enough on their hands. And probably...
I find it very significant because just look at the timing of the calls that came in from the Israelis and also the Hamas-style attack that has actually taken place. This operation that was carried out in...
Sharing, yes. To a large extent, yes. Because Hamas was invited in the first week of January.
Yes.
So, yes. But I don't think that we have much support from Israel at the moment because they have enough on their hands. Just look at the devastation. They lost 1,200 of the innocent, unarmed civilians.
But Major Tur, children. This material flow will take place because we already have agreements in place with Israel.
Yes, as you said.
We have already orders on them.
Yes,
so whatever we want now, it will be fast-tracked.
So the reason why I asked you, is because the Israelis would be equally concerned. The Hamas joining hands, it's what I call it a jihadi alliance that has taken place.
It has.
United by terror.
It has. It has been overlooked. Nobody took it in seriously.
That's the point.
So this is what is happening.
I'm getting a very, very nice video, and I want to end with that video only because I'm running out of time. I have to end the show, but I have a video, and I want all of you to watch this video. This is the video of INS Surat docking and getting a fantastic welcome. India's stealth-guided missile destroyer. Look at those pictures. Stealth-guided missile destroyer. Indian Navy's destroyer, named after the Diamond City, has docked at Hazira. And many people coming out to welcome the ship, which could, or maybe not, play a huge role in whatever India now does in its response to Pakistan. That's the picture of INS Surat, one of the first videos that we've received from the Arabian Sea of INS Surat being welcomed there. All right, that's it on this edition of This Is Exclusive. I'm leaving all of you viewers with a promise that at 9 p.m, Arnab is coming with one big India-Pakistan debate, the two defining pictures of today. You remember that picture from during the Kargil war when Pakistan left the bodies of its soldiers behind, and it was the Indian army that had to give them an honorable send-off. Pakistan is now deserting its own citizens once again at the Atari border. That debate is coming up at 9. It starts at 8 o'clock. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the show this evening. Thank you.
So you have the news.